Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Well, we're looking at Psalm 121. Now, we need to remember Psalm 120 through 134, 15 Psalms, are called Pilgrim Psalms or the Ascent Psalms. These are the Psalms that the pilgrims of Israel, the Jews of Israel, would sing or would read or recite as they would go up to Jerusalem 3 times a year to worship, or maybe even in the temple. They used it specifically going up the 15 steps to the sanctuary as they would remind themselves they were pilgrims just passing through, and they were in a strange world, a strange land. It was a dangerous world. Enemies were all around them, would always be all around them, and they needed God for their help. And that reminds us, you and I are pilgrims. Our citizenship is in heaven, and we are strangers in this world, and we're just passing through. We need God's help. The world is a dangerous place, and my friend, today is a very dangerous place. And if we're not careful, we'll get fearful, we'll get paralyzed, we'll sit in our homes, lock the doors, and don't go out and be afraid to even do anything. But that's not the way we are as pilgrims. We're bold, we're courageous, and we march up to Zion. We march to the place of worship, and we remember who our God is and that He's a God that takes care of us. And so that's what this psalm is about. It's a really good, encouraging psalm reminding us that our Father's creation is all around us. Our Father's eyes are upon us. Our Father's care is upon us, and we can always trust Him. So let's read these verses and maybe make a few comments here. I will lift up mine eyes to the hills. From whence comes my help? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The Lord, the sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going out and your coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Now, several things we see here in the verse. The psalmist is reminded that the creation is the Lord's. And as you think about what he meant here, I will look unto the hills from which comes my help. And I believe he's asking a question there. Well, I look up to the hills from which comes my help. That's where the pagans looked. That's where the heathen looked. That's where those who worshiped idols looked, because that's where their gods were. Their gods dwelt on top of the hills in their places of altars of sacrifices and their high places. But my friend, we don't look to the hills. We look beyond the hills. Will I look to the hills? No. I'm going to look above the hills to my God who made everything. Oh, my friend, that's one way I believe this psalm and these verses could be interpreted or applied to our lives. We look beyond. Our Father's creation is all around us. He made it all. When you read through the prayers of the Bible over and again, when they began their prayer in a time of distress, they would often say, Lord God, you who made heaven and earth, Elohim, you who are the creator God. And boy, when you remind yourself that God created it all, don't you know He cares for you? And that's why He goes on to say, this God that's going to help us, who made the heaven and the earth, He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Now, interesting, 3 times the word keep is here in this passage. He keeps you. He guards over you. He watches over you. And 3 times the word preserve, which in some translations is also translated keeps. He keeps His people. God watches over us. His eye is upon us. His hand is around us. And He goes before us. His presence is with us. And He guards our going out and our coming in. Day by day, moment by moment, you can trust Him to take care of you. Oh, take this psalm, put it in your heart, take it with you as you go along Pilgrim's Way, and know that your God is there for you even right now today. He is Jehovah. He's the great and good shepherd. God bless, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.